Alright, so now I'm going to show you how to some of these drawings, okay? And like I said, for video purposes, I'm doing this on AutoCAD. I will show you a little bit later on how to do it by hand in another video. Gotta find a cameraman. So in a nutshell, what we're doing is what is called orthographic projection, okay? So ortho means 90-degree or right angle. And so what we're doing is we're taking three different shapes. We're taking one shape, one 3D shape, and we're drawing different views of it as if we're looking square directly at it. So we're going to end up with this activity. You're going to have to draw 3 views, okay? 3 views. In most cases, the number of views needed to make a shape is all the more you need to draw. So my example of what that is, and where I really think you would only need to use 2, is toilet paper. So if you think about toilet paper, only really 2 views is ever needed to draw that. You have the top, and you would have the front, and then you'd have a side view or a top view depending on how you would do it. So the different views are made up by how we rotate the angles, okay? Rotate the objects. So on our objects we have the most important view that is called the front view, okay? And the front view gives us this. And I purposely put them in this order right here. And I'll get back to that for those of you. I'll purposely put it in this order here because this is how I believe it. Now, college professors with too much time on their hands would argue with me. And so if you ever take a different class with a different instructor and they tell you differently, go with what they say. But I'm going to tell you this makes the most sense to me, okay? Our front view, okay, gives us the most detail. It will have the fewest lines, and then least the most natural, okay, the most natural. Everything is based on our front view, okay? So generally in a multi-view, you can have up to 6 different views. You have the front, you have the right, you have the top, you have the left, you have the bottom, and you have the back. Those are your 6 different views, okay? Those are your 6 different views, okay? To draw these views, we use what are called the alphabet of lines, okay? And I just put down the first 3 that we're going to worry about in this one. Here are the alphabet. And they're listed in a specific order because they take precedence over the other, okay? Object lines is the first one, okay? Object lines are solid, dark lines, okay? Solid, dark lines. They are what go around the outside of the shape. It's what we can see if we're viewing it directly and squarely. Number 2 is hidden lines, okay? Well, going back to object lines. So these are the type of lines that if we go back and we talk about our hand drafting, okay, we would go and we would get a darker pencil and we would trace. So it's the last thing we trace on our object, okay? Next, we have hidden lines. Lines that we cannot see, okay? Lines that we cannot see if they are view in that object, okay? And so how they're drawn is they're drawn by using dashed lines. Lastly, we have what are called construction lines. Because we do not erase, or we erase very little, we use construction lines to help line things up. They are light lines, helped us to use it. So that's when we use the really, really soft pencil. For example, we would use, we personally, we're just going to make darker lines. We're just going to press a little bit harder, okay? But what happens is that your construction lines are going to be very, very thin, okay? And they're used to help align corresponding parts, okay? So I'm going to now draw an object from your sheet that I'm going to have from the object. So this sheet here, okay, you have a paper copy, and number 5 is actually what I'm going to draw, okay? And I'm going to draw it a little bit differently than what I originally told you to, just because I don't want to confuse you for your future with college professors because they have too much time on their hands, okay? You know, some examples is that, okay, if we look back at my rules to identifying the front view, okay, we have 3 different options. We have this view here, as if we're looking square at this face right here, okay, that's going to give us very little information, okay. Then we have this view over here, what you would almost call the right side, okay, or actually it would be your left, okay. I'm actually going to draw that as my front side view, even though I don't think it's the best front view. The front view is actually the top because it's a C, and we would see it as a C, and that gives us the most information about the part, and that's why I would always call that the top view. But for just simple and visualization purposes on our first one, I'm going to make the C the top, okay, and I'm going to make one of those other 2s. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to draw these 2, okay. So the first view that people would say is the most natural is that square, okay. And so I'm going to be drawing, okay, I'm going to be coming in, I'm going to be drawing it this shape right here, okay. I'm going to be drawing that rectangle, and that's what we would see. So it's really and we're going to draw it full size, and so it's a 1, 2, 3, it's a 3 by 4. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to draw a rectangle, okay. Rectangle, okay, it is 3 by 4. Doesn't like my num lock, so it's 3 by 4. Boom. There's our rectangle, okay? There's our rectangle. Now, I've drawn this. I already have it preset in my CAD software. I've drawn this using construction lines, okay? Construction lines. With this object, if I look squarely, okay, I would have a hidden line, okay? I would have a hidden line. So what I'm going to do is I got to locate my hidden line. So I'm going to activate my line command, okay, and I'm going to start here in my top right hand corner, and my hidden line would be on this guide. My hidden line would be this line right here, okay. It is important information about the part that we cannot see in this view. So it's located from the top left at 1. So I'm going to draw a line over at 1, enter, okay, and now I have my part for this hidden line located. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to switch to my dash line, okay, and you don't need to know how to do that in the CAD software, and I'm going to draw a dash line all the way down, okay. That would be, okay, that would be the hidden line, okay. Now, all of these lines are not construction lines, now are they? They are object lines, so I need to come make them thicker, okay. So right now I've drawn all of these lines at 0.05 millimeters, okay, and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to select all of them and I'm going to make them a thicker line, okay. And you don't need to know how to do this on the CAD software yet. We will get to that, okay. Now I will say it doesn't really look a whole different, and I'll show you where it looks different because it actually does look different, okay. Now I drew this first, and I drew it first because I felt like it'd be the easiest view, okay. I don't think this is the front view, okay. I actually think this is the left side view, okay, because I don't feel like it gives us nearly as much information, does not give me as much detail as the next view I'll draw, and the other view has fewer hidden lines, okay. And what it is that it is this, okay, on this shape, it is this view right here, okay. This view right here, I'm going to actually say is my front view. And really all that is 3 rectangles that are completely aligned. So we're going to have a rectangle. I'm going to come in here. Oh, need to have. Don't want. So I'm going to draw me a rectangle that is 4 tall and 1 wide. 1 by 4. Okay, and it drew it up here. And I actually kind of like that. I'll get back to that. Okay, next I got a rectangle coming off to my right. Okay, and its size is 2. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line over here to my left, or my right, at 2. 2, boom. I'm going to do the same thing down here. 2, and I have another line up. Okay, then I can come in and I can draw another rectangle. Okay, that is 1 by 4. We're going to go -1 tab 4. Actually, nope. That's not what I want. I want a rectangle that is 1 by -4. Excuse me. 1 tab -4. Okay? And that's what I'm going to call my front view. Okay? Now here is a big issue that just irritates me, and I don't get why students they can't figure it out. This is wrong. Okay? The way this is working is wrong. Okay? These are not aligned. The bottom and the top of these shapes must be aligned. Okay? It's like me saying that CTA spells cat. Okay? It does not spell cat. This is not right. Do not do this. Okay? The bottoms must align. Okay? So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to draw another construction line, and I'm going to draw it at 2. Okay? 2. For me to move my front view down, okay, or I can move this up. I'm just going to move the front view down. Okay? Front view down. So my bottoms align. Okay? This is right. What I had was wrong. Okay? I'm going to switch these guys to 9 millimeters. Or 90 millimeters. Okay? Now, I need to finish my shape by drawing my C on top. Okay? So I'm going to draw a construction line up at 2. Okay? I'm going to draw construction lines up at 2 from all of these. Okay? Because all points align in a multi-view. Okay? 2. Okay? Now, if we remember, we have a C shape. So how it works is we start by drawing lines from there to there. Okay? Well, if I come up and I would follow these lines back, okay, follow these lines back, we could begin to see more. But I'm going to say this shape is 1, 2, 3, okay? Should be at 3. The overall depth is at 3. Boom. Boom. Okay? And we're gonna have our C shape. Okay? And these come up back at 2. Line. Two. Oh. This guy can come up at 2, and we can finish our shape here. And we have our C shape drawn. Well, these guys are to be object lines, so I'm going to make them a little bit thicker. Okay? And now I have completely drawn a front view, a left side view because it's on the left, and the top view, it's on the top. If we do not align them, they are not correct. Okay, and real quickly I'm going to show you how the object lines work on AutoCAD. I got to come in here and I got to go to plot. Okay, and I'm going to go machine. Okay, and if I go preview, okay, notice what happened. Notice I have thin lines and I have thick lines that show me my shape. And you can see the dash line, me making it so thick that it begins to lose its shape. So, alright guys, thanks, good luck.